the last month and a half, I have not seen my child. It's been the worst absolute month and a half of my life.
I have had this child since she's been in this world. And you know that. You know that.
Anger and emotionalism settles nothing. Moore and Davis.
So, Your Honor, this is a custody dispute. I think this is going to have to end up being resolved in the district court. However, parties have agreed to establish Mr. Davis as the father of the child. So I think what we want to do today is just an order, a temporary order naming Mr. Davis as the father, but not addressing any conservatorship, visitation, or child support issues, and leave those for the district court. Steve, we'll start by calling the father, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, where is the child currently residing?
Her mom has her.
Okay. And how long has that been the case?
She got her on May give me 1 second.
Was it May 21st?
Yes, it was.
Give me 1 second. Let me just double check to make sure. It was May 21st. Yes, sir.
Okay. And before that, you had possession of the child?
Yes.
And you're asking the court at some point to name you as the primary parent?
Correct. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't care if it's primary, 50-50. I don't care. I just need to get my daughter back. School starts next Monday, so
it starts Wednesday. I already have her enrolled. She starts on Wednesday. She has orientation on Monday.
Well, Your Honor, I don't. If I could just have not interrupt me, please. Like I said, she's in the same school that she was in last year. She's already enrolled and she starts on Monday. Now, before her mom did not return her back, I don't know what happened since then, but like I said, she was supposed to return her back to me, and that didn't happen. So,
and sir, I don't know if the court's going to be able to resolve all of this today,
right.
But I guess the point of this is that you're asking that the child live with you and that you be able to enroll her in school and things like that. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. State we call the mother, Miss Moore.
Yes, sir.
So, Miss Moore, the child's currently living with you. Is that correct?
Right. She has always been with me. We did make
Mr. Davis, let her talk. You'll get a chance.
Okay.
And ma'am, so what happened on May 21st?
I got her from him to go to a birthday party. Before that, I had been telling her since the school that he did put her in, she was kicked out of, that it was time for her to come back home with me. And I had been requesting that for the longest. And after that day, I pretty much took her back in and took back the duties that I have already been performing.
Okay,
so I have put her back.
But for a time before that, he had been performing those duties, correct?
Right. The agreement was for him to put her in school, but she got kicked out of school. So it was time for her to come back here.
Okay. And you believe he's the father of the child?
Yes, absolutely.
And no other man could possibly be the biological father?
No, sir.
Okay. So it sounds like y'all disagree on a lot of things. I don't know if we're gonna be able to resolve those today, but can we do a temporary order today that just establishes him as the father and then leave the rest of the issues to be decided in the district court?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll pass the witness.
How old is this child?
She's 4, sir.
I'm sorry?
4.
4. And how long did she live with you, Mr. Davis?
A year and a half.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to leave the child in the possession of Mr. Davis pending y'all going to the district court. Okay, so I'm gonna refer this to the district court.
Okay, so do I withdraw her from the school that I put her in already?
Oh, well, yeah, well, he's gonna have possession of the child until y'all go to the district court. And yes, ma'am, he's gonna have to enroll her where he lives.
Wow, okay, sir.
Okay, now, and okay, all right.
Right.
I need an order to that effect, Mr. Wright.
Okay. And will Ms. Moore have a standard visitation pending a temporary orders hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Davis, she'll be able to visit with the child on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekends between now and the time y'all resolve the issues in the district court. You understand that?
I'm sorry, say it again, sir.
I said she'll have the right to visit with the child on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekends of each month. And she'll also have the right to visit on, I think it's Thursdays, from 6 to 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Your Honor, if I may speak freely.
Sure.
I've never had the last month and a half, I have not seen my child. It's been the worst absolute month and a half of my life. When she had the child and I was giving money and all this, I have receipts and everything. I never had a problem with her mom. Miss Moore doesn't have a car. So I always drove my daughter to see her mom, to see her grandmother, to drop her off. I've never had any problem with her seeing my daughter anytime she wants. But the last month and a half, I've had pure hell haven't seen my daughter.
Chris,
Okay,
and you know why, and you understand why.
She said I
You
haven't seen my
understand
daughter.
why.
She said I
I
haven't
do
seen
not
my
know
daughter.
where you stay. I don't know where you have my child. You have threatened to keep her
Yep.
from me millions of times. I have had this child since she's been in this world. And you know that. You know that.
Okay.
You know
Oh,
that.
all right.
That was the worst
We're
decision
not.
I ever
Hey,
made to agree to.
do y'all want me to? Do y'all want me to? Thank you. Just, you know, this is the reason why y'all can't work nothing out, because y'all holler at each other rather than talk to each other. If you talk to each other, you could probably resolve a lot of issues. Anger and emotionalism settles nothing. Now, Miss Moore has a right to visit with her child, sir. And you need, has there been any family violence between you and Miss Moore?
Yeah, family violence, no, but there has been some altercations at my house.
What kind of altercation?
For instance, when Miss Moore had my daughter, she would just drop her off and knock on the door and then go get in the car.
Well, that's all she needs to do. She doesn't have to have conversations with you.
But no, sir. Without my authority, without me knowing, I would say, no, I'm not getting her. She just show up, drop her off and leave. And then, I would have to go to work. And now I have to keep my daughter and I go to work. And I never told her I was going to get her. It's those type of altercations. And that's why,
Okay. All right. Now, why haven't you, if she knows where you live, did you move since then?
Yes, sir. I moved since then.
All right. And you need to give Miss Moore your address and your telephone number so that she can call you and tell you, I'm coming to pick up the baby or what. Y'all have to learn how to communicate with each other. Y'all communicated enough to have the baby. You have to communicate enough to rear the baby.
Yes, sir.
All right. I need an order, temporary order, making Mr. Davis the temporary conservator of the child. All right. Either one of you have, Miss Moore, you have a question for me?
I just don't understand why y'all taking my baby. That's all.
Ma'am, nobody's taking your baby. You should have done something. The moment that the man didn't give you the child back, you should have done something. You did not do anything. The child stayed with him over 6 months. He has the last peaceful possession of the child, and that's why I'm leaving the child, where there was a last peaceful possession.
What does that mean? Because I've had her long before that.
You haven't had her in a year and a half.
Right, that was the agreement.
I'm sorry. Well, it's too late. You can't argue about what you used to do. You didn't do anything in the 6 months that you had the opportunity to do something, and you didn't do anything. So now you're stuck with what you have. Okay. You both can press leave and you're free to go.
Yana, I have a question. So
yes,
how would I go and can I go and pick my daughter up today?
Do you know where Miss Moore lives?
Yes, sir. I've been in her house.
I would never hold no information from him.
Your Honor, today is Thursday, so this would, assuming they live within 50 miles, that would be her day today.
So tomorrow.
You can pick the child up tomorrow, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Quick question, Your Honor.
No, I can't answer any questions. She's not present. She's not here. Your questions is over.
All right.